Today's English word is evasive. Evasive. Now, as you listen to the story, see if you can guess the meaning of the word evasive. It was almost midnight, and Lisa and her team were sitting together, looking at the television, waiting for the results of the election. You see, Lisa was about to become the first female judge in their area, and they were excited. They were anticipating the results. But something happened. As they were sitting there looking at the TV, suddenly her office door opened and two policemen walked in. Now, Lisa was a judge, so she was used to seeing policemen walk in and be around the courtroom. But something about these two policemen was different. The look on their faces let her know that there was a problem. And they walked in and said, "Judge, we need to speak with a member of your team." She said, "Okay, what's the problem?" They said, "Judge, we need to speak with Mark." Now, Mark was Lisa's campaign manager, helping her to finally achieve her goal of becoming the first female judge. So she trusted Mark, but when the policeman walked over to Mark, they said, "Mark, we need to ask you some questions." Now, Mark, again, was one of Lisa's favorite people. But when she looked at Mark, there was a look of guilt on his face. And Lisa said, "Gentlemen," speaking to the policeman, "you can speak to him here. It's okay. You don't have to leave the room." They said, "Okay, ma'am, if that's what you'd like." And the policeman proceeded to ask Mark a series of questions about campaign funds and different phone calls and different documents. And as Lisa looked at Mark and listened to his answers to their questions, she could tell that Mark was being very evasive. He wasn't being clear as he responded to their questions. It seemed like he was hiding some information. No matter what the question was, Mark's response was always an evasive one. They said, "Mark, we need to ask you, did you transfer $100,000 into Lisa's campaign account?" Mark said, I can't really answer that question right now. What's your next question?" Lisa continued to get nervous because the more evasive Mark was, the angrier the policeman started to get. And that's when Lisa knew that the reason Mark was being evasive with his responses was because he actually was guilty. He had been putting extra funds into Lisa's campaign account and was doing things that were not right. And at the last minute, Mark decided to answer clearly. He looked at the policeman and then looked at Lisa and said, "I'm sorry. I did it." He knew what they were asking. And he said, "I'll go with you." He looked at Lisa and he said, "I'm sorry." Now, do you know what the word evasive means? I think you got it. Now, the word evasive, again, I want you to repeat after me. Evasive. Excellent. Again, evasive. Very good. Now, this word literally just means tending to avoid commitment or self-revelation, especially by responding only indirectly. Just like in the story, Mark would not answer the policeman's questions directly. In English, we say evasive. Now, I want to break down this pronunciation a little bit more for you. So again, the word is evasive, evasive. So I want you to pay attention to how this word is actually used in real life. So pay attention to how this word is used. Evasive, not a very long word, evasive. But in the last lesson, we looked at the letter V, and I explained how you can make the V sound properly. So let's do a quick review because there are two letter V's in this word. Again, for the V sound, all you're going to do is put your front teeth on your bottom lip, and you want to make sure you vibrate your teeth on your bottom lip. So again, after me, V. Excellent. So the entire word after me, evasive, Excellent. Last time after me, evasive. Excellent job. Now again, we know the meaning of this word evasive. Here's an example sentence. During the interview, the reporter learned nothing from the politician's evasive responses. Just like Mark in the story gave evasive responses. So once again, the sentence is, during the interview, the reporter learned nothing from the politician's evasive responses. Now, I want you to try to use this English vocabulary word at least one time today, and I'll talk to you next time.